What happened?
We're live.
I know. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to All Things Nerdy with Nate and Joe. Joe, I don't know what happened to our upload. It is not here, unfortunately. I cannot place it for some reason. I don't know where it went. Yep, it's not here. I guess once we changed over, we had to. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's at the bottom. I don't know why they moved it, but nonetheless, welcome back to All Things Nerdy with Nate and Joe. I'm
For
Nate.
nostalgia purposes. Let's just play it for nostalgia purposes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I feel like we should kill the live and go back, but it's fine. Let's do it.
We
Here we
just
go.
restart.
Here we go.
Restart. We don't have to restart. We're just gonna play it and pretend we restarted. I don't see it. I just see you.
It played it down there, but I don't know if it actually played it over. They like recently changed this since our last one. I don't know. Maybe we should have tested it out beforehand. But nonetheless, we are here live today to talk about villains. What makes a villain? Who are the best villains in anime, in our opinion, right? This is, of course, subjective. We're going to talk about what makes a villain and who we like the most as villains, what separates the villains, and all that stuff. So, let's do this.
Yep. Without further ado, let's talk nerdy.
Let's talk nerdy. I will say, I'm super stoked to talk about this. Villains are a part of what make an anime like special, memorable. You know, like a big part of it. So, how do you want to do? How do you want to go about this, Joe? Do we want to make a list and talk about our list, or do we just want to kind of pick and choose which ones we want to discuss, or what?
Let's go through like maybe like what makes a great villain, like kind of our thoughts on it at least, and then like go into like our list, that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm good with that. So, in your opinion, Joe, what is something that you need for a villain in order for it to be memorable and stand out? And I know you walked away, so I will talk about this. For me, something that a villain needs to have in order to stand out and to be memorable is they need to have a cause that is almost relatable, no matter how bullshittery it is or anything like that. You got to understand the why behind the villain. Why are they doing this? What do they want to accomplish? And can you understand it a little bit? Right? That is a big thing. So a lot of the villains that I have listed on here, for my list, a lot of them like I can relate to or like I understand. And the backstory is so important, right? And a lot of animes don't do this. Like, they go in, monster, kill monster, done, move on. Something that Demon Slayer did really well is the backstories of all of the villains, right? You get a little taste of all of them, although Akaza's was way too long, which is fine. But for the most part, like even like the very first one, the little spiderweb kid, like great, awesome, and that to me is what makes a good villain. Someone that you're not rooting for because they're always framed as the villain, but you almost understand it.
Yeah, I think Demon Slayer does do like at least in the early like the early upper demons, or maybe they were lower demons at the time, but like just basically like kind of wrapping it around the end of it. You feel bad for them. You're like, I get it, man. Like I understand why you went down the road you did, and like they just did such a great job of like just filling in that backstory, pulling at the heartstrings, and like you're just like, dude, if I went through what that villain went through, I would have probably made the same choices, honestly. Like, especially what was the brother and sister. Dude, that was like a gut wrenching one. The one that the flashy Hashira defeated.
Yeah, Tengen. I can't think of his name, but yeah, that was rough to watch. That was pretty gut wrenching.
Yeah, was it like was it Goto and Daki? I can't remember exactly, but
I think Daki's right. Yeah, that feels right.
Like a paired, but yeah, I think like just that backstory that pulls you in, like that is going to be like big for me. And then you said like they have to have like a reason, that kind of stuff. Like I guess that's part of the backstory, but I guess like I don't know, it depends on if the reason doesn't make sense. They have to have like a presence and like, just be, I don't know, suave or have charisma or something, kind of like to make it, we're like, oh yeah, that's a cool villain, right? Like, I don't really agree with like why he's a villain, but he's super cool, so I enjoy like watching him do whatever he's doing, even though it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, charisma is very important, right? I mean, charisma is a driving factor in a lot of things. You look at salespeople, charisma. You look at cult leaders, charisma. You look at villains, charisma.
Yeah.
You know, a big part of it is how can you rally the people behind your cause. Although I will say, I struggle when the cause is just fuckery for fuckery's sake. You know, like I'm gonna destroy the world.
Yeah,
but why?
But why? But like, I guess the first one that pops in my head, like destroying the world, is what Shigaraki. It's like we're all for one, I guess.
All for one was destroy the world. Shigaraki, dude, his backstory was fairly well done. He's actually on my list. But Shigaraki, and where I do not care for My Hero because of like the middle seasons were terrible. Shigaraki, like if you look at what he went through, decaying his family, not even on purpose, the whole world turned his back on him. All for One is the only one that really took him in, and that was just to groom him to be a villain, right? And then he was not destroying the world for the world's sake. He was destroying the world to reset it, because the heroes have taken over. The heroes had like ostracized so many different people just for being who they are. Like he didn't choose decay. He didn't like necessarily choose that life. It was handed to him, forced upon him technically, and stuff like that. But his cause was like in the world, but there was understanding behind it. And he even said like at the end, like I'm still a villain, and stuff, which I'm glad he actually died, because it's something My Hero did not do a lot.
They had to wrap it up for you, man. They had to be like, all right, we'll let this one down.
Yeah,
but Nate's complained too much about no one dying.
100%. So, but it was nice. It was good. So I think Shigaraki is a good villain, because like I think All for One is the selfishness, is the self-righteous, is the selfishly driven one. Like his nonsense, I can't get behind. I don't care for it. Like I'm selfish. I want all the quirks. I want to be the most dominant thing in the world. Blah blah blah. But Shigaraki had a reason, even if I don't agree with it necessarily. Like there was a purpose behind it.
And I guess All for One didn't have the charisma. Like his backstory didn't make sense. Like he had a backstory, but like it was just like, okay, like it didn't give you the, like, I don't understand why I use like I'm going to destroy the entire world because of this, that kind of thing. Like Shigaraki, especially like near the end where they kind of tied it back and like it revealed that like that wasn't even his original quirk, like it was forced on him, like that kind of stuff. Like that was like, wow.
Yeah, it was huge, and it changed the way you view that character. Like that's part of it. A good villain is made by their reasoning and their past and how they do things. Yeah.
So getting into the list, like, I guess, what do you have a top 5, or like, is it top 3? Like, what kind of list you got over there?
So I have 8 down that I could think of and that I could justify, not for like top, not for best, right? But just good villains. Good villains. I mean, my number one villain, the best villain of all time, in my opinion, right? And you're probably not going to agree, and that's fine.
I feel like I know who you're going to say, but let's just see.
Let's see. What do you think I'm going to say? I don't think you're onto this one.
Maybe not. I was thinking, I mean, you really like Attack on Titan, so Eren Yeager may have been what I would think you would pick.
Eren Yeager is on this list, but you can argue Eren Yeager as a hero or a villain. He erased 80% of the population, right?
I was going to say,
but depending on what side you're on, you could argue that he saved the world. Right.
I mean, I guess he did, because everything got reversed basically. But wait, no, it didn't. It didn't get reversed. He killed 80% of the population.
Yeah, 80% of the population sucks, Joe. All right.
That sounds like a villain, Nate.
Depends on which side of history you're on, I guess.
Oh, God.
But so Eren is not my number one.
All
It
right,
is
all right.
it is Askeladd from Vinland Saga.
Okay. I haven't seen Vinland Saga in a while. Is that the one that killed his dad?
Yeah, it's the one that killed Thor's.
I mean that was, and then he basically like followed him around and chased him down like his entire life, if I'm remembering. I
Like
gotta
trying to kill him. Yeah. And like
yeah,
but he took care of Thorfinn. He essentially
yeah,
raised Thorfinn, right? And what you don't realize is the whole season 1 of Vinland Saga is really about Askeladd versus Thorfinn. Like you think it's about Thorfinn, and the camera is always on Thorfinn, but you learn more about Askeladd and who he is and what drives him and why he's doing what he's doing and why he killed Thor's and why he's has this army and doing all these things and stuff like that. Like Askeladd is one of the best well written villains in anime, where really you could like argue the goodness in him as well.
yeah. No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
What's
Should we
your
go
number
like
one?
one for one? Okay.
Yeah, what's your number one,
Okay.
Joe?
This one was tough. I mean, and I don't even know if I would say it's number one, but it is on my like list of like top 5 or whatever. Like, but I was going with Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, but it's very purely nostalgic, and like Frieza's the cause of Goku becoming Super Saiyan, causing that whole like childhood nostalgia of like, oh my god, that kind of thing. So it's more of like a nostalgia based one from like when I was younger, and just that moment that Frieza basically changed the trajectory of the Saiyan race, that kind of stuff. So I mean, Dragon Ball Z doesn't necessarily have the greatest storyline or that kind of stuff, but for the nostalgic, like that's who I was like, all right, Frieza will be.
Okay. I mean, I can understand that. I can see that. Like he had a massive impact, and he's what led to a lot of Dragon Ball. So that's a pretty big villain.
Yeah, and they kept bringing him back in different like versions and stuff. So he's like always present, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, that one, I can put that one on the list. Just again, like if you ask anyone in the world who Frieza is, even if they don't watch Dragon Ball Z, they're going to probably have some sort of clue like who it is. So
yeah. I mean, I don't play. I've never really watched Dragon Ball or anything, but even I know who Frieza is. I've played a couple of games, which is probably why I know who Frieza is. But overall, like I feel like you know, like even if you're a casual, you know.
Yeah. All right, who's next on yours?
So this one was tough, and this one I can't really defend, honestly. Right?
Oh, no.
Like it's just he cracks me up. I think it's hilarious. I have not seen season 3, just so we all know. So I don't know how he is portrayed in season 3 of this anime, but I fuck with Garu so much. I don't know why. He is one of my favorite villains of One Punch Man. Like it is just, he cracks me up. There's no reason other than he's just menacing, but I think the way they built him up, the way he gets his belt to behind constantly with not even effort from freaking Satsuma. Like it's just so good. I love Garu, and I think it's more of a me thing because like everything I say that you need for a good villain, Garu has none of that, right? But
he's the comedic relief villain.
His screen time cracks me up constantly, and he's a menace. He's bad. Like other than Satsuma, like he's out there throwing hands, whooping people, right? But I don't know if I give him number 2. I really think it's just like I love him in my heart kind of thing. But I'm a fan, so I had to throw him on the list.
All right, I didn't see that one coming. You are correct. I did not see that one coming. But I can understand. It's kind of like, it's like my nostalgic pick. It's your like comedic relief. Like you just enjoy watching it pick like that kind of stuff. So it's fair.
Yeah. I feel like I can guess your number 2. I'm gonna be honest. Right. I feel like I could. I thought he was gonna be your number 1, but I do feel like Dobby is gonna be on there somewhere for you.
All right, he is on there. He's not number 2, but he is on there. And again, like Dobby is just like the whole family dynamic, just how like just the emotional backstory, like all of it. Like he is a hero that I mean, a villain that is done well, and I mean, he does end up dying, which is another part of my hero. So it's like, and the fight that he had with his brother at
Wait,
the
is he
end.
dead? Isn't he technically alive? Aren't they
He's like
keeping him in like a
he's like
burn
on
cell
life.
or something?
Yeah, they're keeping him like a thing, but they basically said he has like 30 days left to live, so he needs to like talk to everyone and get him back. And
That
I
just
can't
means they're not.
remember.
They didn't want to kill him.
Well, I
Which
know they future jump, so I can't remember if they killed him off then or not. But like, I mean, for all intents and purposes, like he ain't doing nothing. But if he is alive, he's in a chamber getting right with his family, basically. But just the family dynamic, like the brother fight, like I don't know, like it was done very well. And I guess you knew that was coming because I've always been like, I love Dobby.
yeah.
So,
So
but
was that your number two?
no, it wasn't number two. I think it was number three.
Who's your number two?
So my number two is purely based on shock factor. And it's another one that is like the whole world basically knows this. And I'll show you if it'll let me show you this. This will give it away.
Oh
But
yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the father, like just
Okay. Is he a villain? Yes. Because of that
yes,
one scene, he's
bro,
not like an arc
he's a
villain or
villain.
he is a hated character.
He is a mad scientist
He is
villain
a
who
disgusting
fused
character.
his daughter with a dog. He is a villain.
He is a terrible character. Villain feels like a stretch.
Yeah, I mean that he's the emotional hit is there, like the shock factor,
Bro,
like
the way they did it with freaking what is his name? Oh, God, the little I can't remember his name. It's been so long since I've watched Full Metal Alchemist, but shows up to hang out with a little kid and he's
she's
noticed.
and then it like mutters his name but barely, and it's like, oh, Edward, and I was like, oh my god. So, but again, that's another one that is like literally known. Anyone who watches anime knows who that is and why they were a villain.
Yeah, have you seen Damon's the whatever realm from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist?
I
So
have it
they
on my
have
list to watch
so
from
the
our.
daemons on there are like magical ghost beings that can do things, right? And one of the people has the daemon that is that dog.
Yeah. So I
Fucked
mean,
up.
giving ode to an OG anime is awesome.
Yeah, 100%. Well, for me, so I struggled with this one. I struggled to put it on my list, right? I did not want to because I dragged this show, right? And
Oh god.
overall, him being a villain, I didn't love it, but the way he died and his character arc was so well
I
done.
think I know exactly who you're about to say.
Who?
Because if you had him, I think I couldn't decide between Dobby and this person for my like number four, but I was like agreeing it's Miriam from Hunter x Hunter.
So it is Miriam, right? Now
Yeah.
I drag Hunter x Hunter a lot. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But Miriam's death when he connected with that the blind girl, right, playing the game and his human side and all that, because like he's like, oh, we must kill the humans, the ants taking over, the Khmer ants, all that stuff, right? But then his care and his love, I can't remember her name, right? And the way he died, that is one of the most memorable villain deaths that you will ever have. The way it hit and everything is just so different. The way it was put on screen is so different. Just his growth, his softness, because he went from like kill everything, kill everybody, bring me people to play so I can learn, kill them. If you lose, you die, kind of thing. And then like he grew from that to caring for that girl just from that game. and you saw the softness and everything. So just the way it was written and the way he died was very emotional, very touching. And for me, I was like, he's got to go on the list, right?
Yeah.
And it is considered one of the greatest arcs of anime of all time. I don't understand why, but it is considered that. And he is a big driving force behind that. So,
yeah, and that and just kind of, I guess, how uh, the main character went berserk and everything. Like, but yeah, like I put him on my list just because it was like so well done. Um, Even though like it irked me every time that blind girl and her snotty nose. I was like, you did not have to write that into this. Like that was so disgusting. Like she'd let it drool and then suck it up. I was just like, ugh. Like every time I watch it, like this is you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to make her that disgusting.
but they did.
But but they did, and I guess it just kind of pointed to like this all powerful being was connected to this like puny little girl who was sick all the time and blind and that kind of stuff. So and they like basically fell in love through a board game. So and just through her like intelligence and stuff like that because. I mean, she was very smart. Yeah, I mean, she was world champion, whatever that I can't remember what the game.
Damn
was
good at the game. Yeah, 100%.
So she was very intelligent, but like, God, everything else about her, I was like, ooh, I was like, that character is so annoying. But I think we've gotten through a couple of the lists already that we had kind of lower down, like Dabi and Shigaraki. Do you have other people?
So I have one that to me I think has a special place in my heart. And so Zabuza from Naruto with the Ice Kid, right? Lets them die, uses them, all that stuff, swordsman of the mist and everything. But then he went out protecting him, dying. He had no arms, just ran through cutting everybody with a kunai in his mouth, and stuff. And he has a special place in my heart because I just started Naruto. That was like the first big battle. Why can I not remember that kid's name? But watching Sasuke and them and all that, it was so well done. And then Zabuza falling off, dying, and I mean laying next to the little kid. It's tough. It was a good scene. And then I have one that I think will shock you.
Okay.
And this one, I think they teeter between good and bad, right?
Okay.
Teeter, depending on, and they say some real out of pocket things, like real out of pocket stuff. There's moments where I'm like, I don't think you should have written that, right? Like culturally speaking, that's weird. But I think, and I can't believe this show got two people on here from me, Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh yes. Oh my God, the clown guy.
Yeah.
Whoa, that does shock me. God. He's so perverted, dude.
So bad. That's why I'm saying like some out of pocket shit that should not be written.
I guess when you say like when you think villain, like he's a good. You're just like, ugh, like.
Yeah, he'll murder people, but also like he helps Gon some. Now it's because he's fucked up in the head. I ain't gonna talk about too many reasons why. Some of the translations I'm hoping really got lost and didn't mean what was written. Because if what was written is meant, we should check the computer of the writer, right? But overall, like, because there's moments where he's good and he progresses the story, like the dodgeball, the tournament, and all that stuff. There's moments where he helps the player, or like Gon and all them, the characters. But then there's also moments where he is definitely the villain. But he explains why he's doing it. He's very self-driven. Like he wants to take out, Krollo, and he just wants to challenge people who are strong. He doesn't care what it takes to get there. He himself wants to be stronger, which we all want to be better. Like now I'm not all about stepping on other people to get there, right? But we want to be stronger. We want to be better, the best version of ourselves. That's a lot of what Hisoka says and does.
Yeah.
No matter how perverted and out of pocket shit that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, he does. There are some moments, especially when he makes noises and stuff with it. I'm just like,
When he says he's like hard as a rock, you know, I'm like,
Oh my
oh
god.
god, oh
Yeah,
jeez, that's hard. That's tough to watch.
that's yeah, that gives you like where you're like,
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, if that's not just like some messed up in translation, we should really like look into that person's computer.
I mean, anime gets written about real stuff, so it's like, I mean, that's a type of person that exists. So
That's gross.
it is nasty. Kind of remind again, just like the was the Adventures of no the original the Takopi's Original Sin. Like, there's stuff that you really wish.
No. One is realistic and dark and deep and all that stuff, right? The other one is just gross as fuck. We don't have to go there. We don't have to talk about it. There's no justifying it. Whether there's gross people in the world that are okay with that, that's not where we are. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's why it does shock me that you put him on the list. But it makes sense because, like, as a villain, you're like, oh yeah, yep, I see it. That's definitely a villain.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, so I guess my other one, I was kind of teetering between just again it's more for again more nostalgic because Naruto is what I started with, like when I got back into anime during COVID, like that kind of stuff, or like when I really got into it, because before I just like watched Dragon Ball and stuff like that. But I was kind of switching between Itachi and Pain. Like, again, Itachi, I just love a good family history, like backstory, that kind of stuff. Like, is he really a villain though? I mean, he did murder an entire clan, but he kind of did it for the greater good, that kind of stuff.
Well, it's the greater good of depending on like how you view the Leaf Village, right? Really, the Leaf Village, they cause a lot of chaos. They oppress a lot of other villages and stuff like that. And Itachi took out all the Uchihas because they were going to revolt and change the direction of like the Leaf Village and stuff like that. And also, he did it just by being told. That undying loyalty, I don't like that. You got to question some things.
Well, I mean, he did it with the caveat that his brother, like, he was like, "Hey, I will do this if you let my brother live," and he's like,
so yeah. But the thing is, the Leaf Village was terrified of the Uchihas, and he killed them with what? It was him and one other person. So like that village was not gonna fuck with Itachi. Like, he did it because he was told to, right? And now Sasuke was left alive and all that, but I like Itachi. You can't see it. I have an Itachi figure, him sitting in the throne. You can kind of see it. Oh, this might just be better anyways. But I don't know. Itachi doesn't strike me as a villain.
I mean, but again, he murdered an entire clan.
Facts. He went after Sasuke. He wanted Sasuke to be stronger.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the Akatsuki. Like, I mean, he was a villain. Now, like, how he
was spying on the Akatsuki is what is said, right? But also, I mean, like, even he helped them do some stuff.
Yeah, like he helped them, even if he was a spy. But like, and then like how he died, like that whole final battle, like kind of, with Sasuke, like that part sets it apart for me. Is just like
that battle between him and Sasuke.
Yeah, and then and I was just like, oh, so you like see how like badass he is when Sasuke's like, yeah, oh, you're over there sitting in a chair relaxing, and it's like, if he wasn't sick, like he would have wiped the floor, and he let him win, and then just the whole like thing where he ends and drops, and like it's just good writing, I guess. But,
and I like Itachi. I like Itachi a lot. I love Naruto, the show in general, but I think they messed up with the resurrection, the Great Last War, like resurrecting all the people. Like, I didn't like the resurrected version of Itachi. I think it took away from his death and dying with Sasuke. I didn't like the resurrection of Asuma. It took away his death, which Hidan, you can say, like, Hidan is such a good villain because, like, what he did to Asuma and all of them, the way he did it and everything. But then bringing all those people back, it just kind of took away a little something for me. So I run D&D campaigns, you know that, right? I'm not trying to kill my players, but the threat of death should be real, right? The threat of dying should be there, but I'm not actively trying to kill them. And I think that's something that animes miss a lot, is that the threat of death is not there.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Hell's Paradise episode when that girl was like dying and sacrificed herself, and then she's like, "I just changed clothes." I was like,
Yeah,
you just reversed all of that. Like that was such a great moment, and then you just literally took it away.
yeah.
But we are coming up. We're overtime a little bit, but it's been fun discussing villains. Any like last anything?
So a sleeper pick that I had on here from MHA,
Stain.
Stain.
That was good. I liked him, but he was almost like an anti-hero though. Like I don't know. Like he ended up being pretty good. Like
I mean, that's part of being a villain. Like sometimes,
he did murder people. I guess so. Like yeah.
I mean, that is an anti-hero. Most anti-heroes, they justify killing because it's for the greater good. I think, I asked Promi this earlier. I was like, of our friend group, if we had superpowers, who do you think would be the first one to be a villain? I think I would live in that anti-hero world. I told him, like I would definitely unalive people who needed to be unalived. And then I think there would be a wake of chaos and destruction behind me. But in my mind, it's for the greater good.
Yeah, and I think I did have one like honorable mention too. Just from the Promised Neverland, like Isabella, like
the mom. Oh,
yeah, the mom, because
that's so fucked up.
You have to be fucked up to do it. Like that is a true villain right there. To just
that's just a hate villain. Like
kids just
you love to hate them. 100% love to hate them. So that one's tough. That's a good one. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you guys have a great rest of your week and weekend, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, take care, y'all.